All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another live session by THiNC Institute. And today we have another set of questions for you guys that we have tailor-made, especially for the type of questions that you might face during the Uceed examination. All the best before we go on, because you just need to keep practicing as much as you can. Let me just remind you that there is another mock test that will happen, a Uceed mock test, which is happening on the 7th January, and I think all of you should just take part in it, because if nothing else, it will just help you a lot, and also you can get a lot of tips and tricks in this class, which you can try and use it on the test itself, during the test itself. All right, so let us just quickly start now. So this is a question in which you have to try and understand what sort of. So see, as I tell you always, for the people who have been on this live chat before, people who have been on live sessions before, that if you can understand the question, you will be able to reach the answer very easily. So for example, in this question, in the figure, each pattern has an exact double except for one. Find the unique pattern amongst the pairs. So now what I can do is I can start searching for every pattern's unique pairs, right? This can be that, this can be maybe it is this, I don't know, right? This can be something else. But why should I do that? Why should I look at, if there are 15 of them, if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3 of them, why should I look at 15 of them where I actually need to look at only 4 of them? Isn't it? So why don't I just check these 4 and maybe try to get an answer? So first let me look at B3. B3 is this. Okay, does it have an exact replica? Let me try to find. C4 looks like an exact replica of B3. If I can just match, the corners are matching. Yes, the corners are matching. The star seems to be matching and the circle seems to be matching. So it is not B3. Now let me look at A4. A4 is this, right? A4 is this. If I look at this thing, the center star looks similar, the circles look similar, but the corners do not look similar. Look at the corners. Look at the corners. The corners don't look similar, right? Same thing if I look at this, it is actually that these two are same, right? But A4 does not have any similarity. So if we were to take that, we would already get our answer, that the answer is A4, which is option C. And because of that, now see how much time I was able to save, just because I did not go through each and every one of them. So especially in the questions where you have, if it was a multiple select question, then maybe we would have to look at, still we would only need to look at the options. But if it was a numerical answer, then maybe we will have to look at all of them. So be very careful when trying to understand which questions you need to spend how much time, right? How can you cut down on time so that you can very quickly get your answer? And then if you still feel that you want to verify, you can verify C5 also and A2 as well. Okay. All right. So moving ahead, let us look at question number 2. Now this is also a very interesting question, and this type of questions you guys might have seen before many times, because this sort of question comes a lot in the examination. One tip and trick that I can tell you about this type of question, is that most of the unique symbols would be in the first line itself. So as I can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these are already unique, right? 7 of these are already unique. Then if I look at the next row, this is used, this is used, this is not used. So 1, okay, so this is not used, this is used, this is used, this is used, this is used. So 1 from this row, this is used, this is used, this is used, this is used, this seems not to be used, this is used, this is used. So again 1 from this row, 1 from this row, right? Then again this is used, this is used, this is used, this is used. So I'm at 9 already, right? So 7 is eliminated as an answer. Okay, this is used, this is used, this is used. Then this is used, this is used, used, this is used, used. This is also used, which is here, right? Then used, 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 and used, and used, and used and used. So we can very confidently say that the answer is 9, because 16 is a very far away, isn't it, answer? So if it was 10 or 11 was given as an option, we would still be worried that okay, maybe something close to 9 can be the answer, but we can be 100% sure that 7 is not the answer, because 7 is we are being given in the first row itself. And other than that, we have two more, so that we can confidently say that 9 would be the correct answer. This seems to be a simple enough questions, but they will try to confuse you. Question makers of Uceed and Seed have learned that they generally post majority of the unique symbols in the top row. So I would be careful if I was you, because they have now started to shuffle it a lot. So try to be very curious. Try to be very careful with that. But still, as a general thumb rule, I have observed that most of the unique symbols appear in the topmost row. Okay, next question I want you guys to do. I will give you 1 minute. The given square is filled in with a pattern of triangles that become smaller and smaller until they are infinitely small. What percent of the square is shaded blue? I will give you, let's say, I will give you till 6 in my clock. I will give you till 6:09. I will give you exactly 1 minute. I want you to tell me what is the fraction of the square. You might calculate, but you might find a very very easy way to do it as well. So I want to see whether you can quickly find the easy way or not. Another 40 seconds remaining. Anybody who can answer, you can just message in the chat box. And any other details that you would like about the THiNC Institute, you can always ask in the chat box. The people from THiNC Institute will get to you, they will contact you, and they will let you know all the details. Okay, 20 seconds to go. What is the answer here? Can anybody tell me? Anybody, you can just type A, B, C, D, whatever you think might be the right answer. But definitely there's an easier way to do this question, is what I want to see whether you can get to the easy question or not. Okay, so what I would do in this case is I would take this square as a whole. Okay, leave this for now because this is definitely shaded blue, right? But if I look at this, if I just look at this, would you agree with me that this particular shape is made out of three triangles of the same size? Would you agree? Isn't it? These are made out of three triangles of the same size. Same thing you can say for this as well, right? And in both cases, two triangles are not shaded, one triangle is shaded. So for every line, so for every section, 1/3 of the section is shaded, right? For every section, 1/3 of the section is shaded. That means we can imagine that one of the sections out of these are shaded. That is what we can imagine, right? So if we were to imagine a square, we can imagine a square and say that only one of it is one section is unshaded, rest everything is shaded, right? And if that is the case and we need to divide it, it will become 66.66 should be the answer, isn't it? If it is 1/3, 1/3 of this total will be shaded. Okay, 1/3 of 50 is 6.6 into 3, which is 19.8. Okay, I will check this answer and get back to you whether this answer is correct or not. But basically, we know that out of this entire shape, so out of half, 1/3 will be shaded. Okay, so out of 50, 1/3 of that will be shaded along with 50% of the shape. That should be the correct answer. Okay, I think it should be 68 point something, but I'll just get back to you on this particular question. Okay, and we will, in the comment section of this live video, we will mention what the correct answer to question number 3 was. Okay, all right, moving ahead. So among the figures provided below, there is a group of 3 identical shapes. three pairs in one shape that is unique. Identify the unique shape. Again, let me give you some time. I'll give you, let's say, 1 minute to find it. Again, we can do the same logic that I had taken before. I'm giving you from 11:40 to 12:40. Okay, so you have 1 minute to do the question. But you can again take the same logic that we had taken before, where you don't need to check other question answers. You don't need to check all the shapes. You just need to check the shapes of the options that have been given to you. So you just check whether 6 has a partner, 4 has a partner, 9 has a partner, and or 7 has a partner. And if you can be sure whether they do or they do not have partners, you will be able to get the correct answer. Okay. So why don't you tell me what is the answer? You have 30 seconds. So I will also meanwhile check because I am also doing these questions along with you. One, two, three, and four. So if I were to, I think 6 does not have any shape that is similar to itself. Can anybody in the audience try to find a shape that is similar to 6? Because 3, 3, 3 and 3, but this one has 4, right? So 3, 4, 3 and 3, right? Um, 3, 4, 3 and 3. Yeah, so look at this. If we imagine that this is this, this is this, this is this, then this is coming towards us, right? Whereas if it was the same 6, it should be coming this side. So that is why 2 will not be the same as 6, but 2 can be the same as 9, I think, because 9 is, this is this, 3, 4, 3 and, yeah, I feel 9 and 2 are similar. So 9 may not be the answer. If I look at 4, can anybody find a shape that is similar to 4? Anybody can find a shape? I think 10 might be similar. Let me just check. So we have 3 and then we have 4. So we have 3 and then we do 4. Then 3, 3 goes down, 3 goes away. Yeah. So I think 4 and 10 are similar. So 4 will also not be the answer. What do you guys think? Is 7 the correct answer? You can just tell me yes or no. Is 7 the correct answer? What do you guys think? I don't think 7 would be the correct answer because here it is 3, 4, 4 and 1. And here I can see 3, 4, 4 and 1 in this one, So it is 3, 3, 4, 4 and 1. Right. So again, 7 can also be eliminated. So see, look at this. We did not. So we looked at this one. 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 We looked at this and this. And we will know that 6 is the answer. And now we don't need to look at the rest of them. Okay. We just don't need to look at the rest of them because and we will save time that way. So that is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Yeah, and even if you think 6 and, so I can see that 1 and 8 are similar, but if you look at 3 and 6, so look at this S looking thing going away from you, S looking thing coming towards you. So these two are not similar. Okay, so 6 should be the correct answer. All right. Oh, that's an interesting name, Swishlish. All right, this next question I cannot solve it without Photoshop, but you will have to solve it without Photoshop. Okay, but I will just paste it here, and I want to see whether you guys can, get the answer or not. So basically, the question is very simple, but I want you to do it in your mind. Meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll just make copy of these so that we can easily arrange them. You have 1 minute for this question. Why don't you guys try attempting? What do you think will be the answer? Can you try and make out a answer out of this? I know it is difficult, but you guys want to be the future IITians and NITians, no? So you should be able to do this in your mind. If I was giving this in an exam, I could very easily do it, but because I want you to be able to understand how it is done, I will have to do it on Photoshop and show you. Why is this not picking it up? 1 second. Okay, answers, guys, answers. What do you guys think is the answer? They are saying if you rearrange these 25 tiles without rotating them, you can create an image containing a number. So you can rearrange them, but you can't rotate them. Okay, that is the basic rule. So if you rearrange them, what is the number that you can get? So obviously, how we join a painting, we have to join a painting. Okay, let me do one thing. There's a similar question. It looks very confusing, but let me go to a similar question before we do this one. So this is a similar question, but it is an easier question. Okay, so why don't we attempt this first, and we will come back to that question after this. So this is a very famous painting, everybody knows, by Vincent Van Gogh. So why don't you tell me what is the starry night, right? Starry night. So what is the correct sequence of the painting is what you can tell me. Very simple, right? We just have to join them according to how we see the shape happening. So earlier when I was doing it, I thought it will start from 6, and then 2 will join, and then 4 will join. But then what happened was I figured out that even if we do that, we are still running out of space. So let me just go here first. Sorry about that. And very quickly show you how the answer. So I think the answer would be it will start from 3, then 5, then it will be 1, then it will be 6, 2, and 4. So 3, 5, 1, 6, 2, 4 is what I feel would be the correct answer. So let me just quickly try and don't worry about the painting behind, by the question behind. Okay. 35164 says switch list. Yes, I think I will agree with you on that thing. But let's just hope both of us are right. And if we are able to do this switch list, we should also be able to do the next question, is what I'm getting at. So would you help me solve the next question also? So look at how this happens, right? So this is a simpler version of the question that we were doing before, and this will give us the painting. So this will fall under a numerical type answer question, and this you will have to do it in your mind. There you will not have Photoshop, nor will you have a sir who is doing it live for you. So please practice these side of questions a lot, and then let us get back to our original question. What do you think the answer would be? Okay, so if I were to try and take continued okay, let me try to arrange it. If we were to, what do you think? I think this can be the top right corner. This might be the bottom left corner, right? But what we have to do is we have to try and arrange whatever seems. Oh, what happened? Is this not? Sorry about that. Just a second. So we have to be able to arrange it like this. Okay, we have to be able to. Or let me do one thing. Oh, this whole row is left. Just a second. So now we have, and we have one more that is remaining, which will be, you would say that, sir, we can just individually clip them, so why are we doing this? This way it becomes a little easier because, okay, so now what we have to do is we just have to find the ones that seem like they can connect well with each other, and maybe we can get the answer that way. So this is basically a puzzle, and let me just control I. Yeah. I think this is easier. Control I. Okay. Which one do you think will be the corner? Yeah, see, this seems like, okay. You can just tell me which one to join. We will take that one because I am also getting a little confused here. What do you guys think of? If it takes more than some time, we will just change this question for now so that we can quickly try and solve other questions without putting too much time on one type of question. But this will just be brute forcing. Bottom left what? Just join it like this. Okay. And then okay, I think we're making some sort of progress. Okay, so we have one corner of it, I feel. What do you think, Shwishlesh? Okay, help me more. You're helping out very well. Let us try and figure out the entire thing. Does this work? I just a second. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just go back to the different question. After we finished all the rest of the questions, we'll come back to this question so that we are able to at least finish a lot of questions before we get stuck on just one question. Okay, so this question reads that a contractor has a set of ceramic tiles in which one of them, just a second, in which one of them is not the correct. So why don't you figure out and tell me which is the correct answer for this? And Swishlist will go back to the previous question in a minute. Okay, I just want to finish as many questions as we can, rather than let me just come back to the live. Yeah, before rather than spending too much time on it. So okay, look at this. So when I was trying to do this question on my own, I saw this shape, and I saw that all of them have this shape, but this thing is different, right? So the question is saying that four of these have been stuck together to make these tiles. Okay, so which of them have not been used? Which of them is not? So I think D can be eliminated. So if I try to just a second. Just a second. I'm just going to, yeah. Yeah, okay. So if I try to, I'm just going to try and copy this thing now. Okay, and I'm going to try and imitate and make everything that has been made. So I'm just trying to make B here. Okay, so this can be made like this. Then this can be made like this. This can be made like this, and this can be made like this. Is B possible? Is there any difference in B than what they have shown here? Can you guys find any difference in B and the shape that I have made? It seems to me to be almost the same, right? So it seems that B is the correct answer, right? Then let me try to make A. If I wanted to make A, I would do this, right? Then I would do this. Right. Yes, Deva Surya, there will be paper. I think you are provided paper. Let people from THiNC get back to you whether paper can be used or not. But I think paper is provided, and I sometimes what I recommend is, why don't you just trace using the paper on the screen? So just put the paper on the screen. If they allow paper, put it on the screen, trace using a pencil, and that will give you a very roughly a good image of what the question is asking. So that way you can quickly get what you're trying to make. Okay, so A also seems to, any difference that you can find in A? No, right? A also seems to be almost the same. All right. Okay, so A seems fine, B seems fine. Let me just try. You think A is wrong? What is wrong with A? Swishlesh is saying no. Arun Kumar is saying A and C. But then nothing was wrong with B also, no? So, okay. Now let me try C. So for C, I would need to do this. Remember, you will not have Photoshop. So I am just showing this to you for your own, understanding. But you should be able to do it in your mind. So all these questions I can do it in my mind. But when it comes to explanation, we can take the help of Photoshop. Okay, tell me, is it same or is it different? Same or different? I don't seem to see any difference. Rather than just this, I think there is a small thickness gap here. Just a second. I think there is a small thickness gap here, but that is not because of the question, because I think it's just my placement. But then what I think the correct answer is D, that only D is not made using this, rather than all the rest A, B, C have been used. So I think the question is asked in the opposite way, that which of the options shows the patterns created using the style. So A, B and C would be the correct option. D would not be the correct option. Okay. All right. So this again, try to do it in your mind when you have the opportunity. All right. Again, let me just skip over this question for now and quickly tell me what will be the answer for this question. So for this question, they are saying that if I take this, right, overlap with this, what will I get as the answer? So for this question also, what you can do is you just first compare the options. So if I look at the options, look at the top left, red, yellow, red. What do I want? What do I want? I want yellow here, right? So A is automatically eliminated, B is already automatically eliminated. You don't even need to, let me just make a big, you don't even need to look at them. Now out of C and D, you look at what is the difference between C and D. Can you tell me what is the difference between C and D? Very small difference, just this. Now tell me, what do we want? Do I want a red or do I want red or yellow? Don't tell me that. Do I want red or yellow? I want yellow, right? That is why yellow would be the correct answer. And we can again just eliminate. Absolutely right. We can just eliminate this thing. And already we get the answer, which is option D. That is how you can quickly do these questions. Okay, now for this, I might... Have you guys done this question? This was in some of the Uceed papers also. Have you had a chance to do this question? Just a second. One second. Yeah. Did you get a chance to do this question? Basically, this question is asking which of these shapes can I take to stamp out this particular kind of a shape. So, for example, if I take this shape, right, and I can do this, then I can do this, isn't it? Then I can do, and they're clearly saying that they can be rotated and flipped. So I can rotate and flip it like this, and I can rotate and flip it like this. Okay, so B is working. Any other shape that is working? It's a multiple select question. Any other shape that is working? Quickly, we only have 1 or 2 minutes. Quickly, we just have 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, let me tell you before the answer. Let me tell you, so that we don't end up wasting a lot of time. I think I might be wrong, but I think this was the correct answer. So this can fit here, then this can fit here, and I think Devasurya, your query has been answered. See, look at this and this can fit here. And I don't think any other options fit, okay? But you can try it on your own. And that is how you will get the correct answer, B and C. Yes, switch list. But our main intention for this entire session, for this entire examination is to find the quickest way to do these questions. And we will not do the question that we had missed. But I'm sure you guys, what you do one thing, just take a screenshot of this quickly. I'm just going to bring this, take a screenshot of this, try to do it on your own, okay? And there again, let me remind you that there will be a mock test on 7th of January, and as you guys know that Uceed is there on the 21st of January. I would encourage all of you to attend this mock test. You will get good questions like these, and also you can verify, and it will be a good practice for you, all of you. All the best for your examinations. I think we'll be doing more sessions, live sessions. Keep attending it, and yes, all the best. I'll see you next time. Okay, I'll just end the session here.